The year is 2010 and I, Edward Joy, am in the West African country of Sierra Leone. The Sherbro Islands lie just off the southern province of Sierra Leone. It was here in 2008 that I saw a small canoe being fashioned out of a cottonwood tree trunk, as shown in the picture. Having watched canoe builders make their traditional canoe, I thought that sometime in the future, when I had time, I would like to carry out a similar project but on a larger scale. 2.5 years later in the village of Makoba, I have the opportunity to turn this idea into reality with the help of my contacts within the country. Makoba is a village 60 miles inland from the coast with approximately 3,000 inhabitants, where the existence today is dependent on agriculture and artisan diamond mining. It seems to be a leisurely existence with the children helping with the daily tasks. And here I am with my good friend George Macaulay, setting off to find a suitable tree for the project. A short walk along the dirt road to the next village of Bonthe, a suitable cottonwood tree has been assigned for the project. Through negotiations with the village elders, a price of £100 was agreed for the tree. At this stage I hired a chainsaw operator and 4 carpenters to make the canoe. I also hired a cameraman, but unfortunately he didn't arrive to begin with, so for now we will have to just watch some still images. Once the bush around the tree base has been cleared, the operator can get in and start doing some cutting on the tree. It takes the best part of a day to fell the tree, and when it is felled, it is dropped across the Bonthe to Makoba road. With the roadblock, the minibus that travels from Bonthe to Makoba every day can't get past, so I have to pay for a temporary road to be built around the site. Here is Abdul cutting out a piece of the trunk 8 metres long. Here is Mori, one of the carpenters, as he roughly marks out the shape of the canoe. This is done so the rest of the team can begin to strip the bark away. Once the bark has been reduced, the carpenters and some labourers they are begin to reduce the wood. To speed up the process, the chainsaw is also used. None of the chippings are wasted, they are taken away by the local community and used in a process of making a black antibacterial soap that is highly prized. At this point, Moses the cameraman makes his late appearance, along with the Messrs Kamara and Bangora, who are here to oversee the building and sailing of the canoe. Here I am discussing the canoe build with Mr Kamara, who is also a head teacher at a local school. And this is Mr Bangora, who I'm also bringing up to date with the project. Here's Joseph Bream with the head carpenter marking out the bow of the canoe. This is so the chainsaw can be used to reduce the wood quicker. With the chainsaw being hired by the day, rain doesn't stop play. However, it does mean somebody has to do the bailing out. By the fifth day of the project, the canoe is beginning to take shape. However, the chainsaw needs some maintenance now. The use of hand tools against the chainsaw seems rather slow and makes me wonder if the project will ever be completed. With the main work on top of the canoe almost completed, after a short rest it is time to turn the canoe onto its side so the underside can be worked on. This is easier said than done. Eventually this is accomplished and work on the underside begins. The chainsaw is employed once again to remove large amounts of surplus material. This is before failing light and fatigue sets in. Everybody's happy with the day's efforts and now it is time to make our way back to the village for the evening meal and a good night's rest. Early next morning everybody's busy except me putting the finishing touches to this side of the canoe. Unfortunately I had become ill with a stomach infection and was attending the local health post to see what they could do about it. Now it's time to turn the canoe again. It's a little easier than last time, but it's still a struggle to do it. Whilst the finishing touches of the underside of the canoe is taking place, the camera turns to some of the characters who have been working on the project. These characters are Bremer, Thompson, Mori, Mundo, Labby and Kareem, with Bremer doing most of the talking. At last the canoe is the right way up again. Here Mr. Kamara is marking out the stern of the canoe for the outboard motor. Here is Mundo doing a bit of native caulking to try and ensure that the hull doesn't leak once we're in the river. Here is the traditional caulking material, which is wood from the tree. It is pounded for half an hour and then fitted into all the cracks. Abdul has the honour of doing the final cut on the tree, and he's doing it in his Sunday best as well. Now that the notch for where the outboard motor is complete, we should be nearly ready to go. Some of the villagers gather to celebrate the completion of the canoe, with handshakes all round and a thank you for all their efforts from a tired and ill-looking me. The next morning, preparations have been made to haul the canoe by hand to the River Sewa, which is some 3 miles away. Disaster straight away, the rope snaps and somebody has to go into the village to find a better rope. Progress is slow at first as nobody's ever pulled a canoe this big before. Even the children are getting involved, picking up branches and relaying them in front of the canoe. Progress continues till noon, and people either leave to attend prayers or just to get out of the midday sun. The point is now being reached where it is necessary to leave the road and to follow a track through the elephant grass fields that eventually lead to the river. Now we have lots of singing and chanting, and it does seem to keep everybody's spirits high. A good rate of progress is now being maintained, but the day is coming to an end and the women have returned to the village. The men make one last effort before calling it a day. Early next morning, all is ready for the final push to the river, with Mundo leading the way. Today progress seems better, probably because people are now used to the size of the canoe. The continuous singing and chanting led by Mr. Bangor is helping to keep things moving. The guys are still moving forward, however, We now approach a stream which is going to cause us a problem, I feel. With a little help from myself and the persistent singing of the girls, the canoe gets as far as the beginning of the bridge. Suddenly the canoe grinds to a halt and several of the team fall into the water. Eventually, with more encouragement from the girls and a little effort on my part, the canoe is across the stream and normal progress can resume. Unfortunately, the next reel of film was either lost or damaged, so no record of the canoe reaching the river exists as far as I know. However, I did take a few stills, and here's a local blacksmith making the anchor for the canoe. This is Abdu, who was to travel on the canoe with his family and friends before